Welcome to Silicon Scoop, where we dive into the latest tech news impacting the world. Join John Irwin and the Startup Coach as they explore the tech news that matters to you. Stay ahead, stay informed, and now on with the show.
Robots have officially stopped being clumsy lab experiments and finally started getting to work. Generalist AI just dropped GEN-1, a model hitting a 99% success rate on tasks that used to break a robot's brain. And it's doing it 3 times faster than anything we've seen. So these robots finally get human hands. The GEN-1 is an embodied foundation model that masters complex manual labor with near perfect reliability. It bypasses the rigid programming by learning from 500,000 hours of real human movement data. So is this the GPT-3 moment for physical labor, where we've officially moved from robots that follow a script to robots that actually understand the physical world? What do you think about this, John?
You know what? It kind of is. So let's dive into what GEN-1 actually is. So it's called a robotics foundation model. So it's a similar concept to LLMs like GPT, but it's designed for the physical world. So instead of generating text, it generates real-time actions for robots interacting with objects. So it's trained on hundreds of thousands of hours of real-world robotic data. Try saying that 5 times real fast, allowing it to generalize across tasks instead of being programmed for one specific job. So the key breakthrough here is reliability, repeatability. So previous general purpose robotic systems struggled to exceed, I didn't know this, 64% success rates on real world tasks, where GEN-1 jumps to 99%, which is a massive leap. So why this matters? Well, robotics isn't limited by capability, it's limited by consistency. At 60 to 80%, systems are demos. At 99%, systems become deployable in production environments. And so I would say this is the same threshold shift, and feel free to correct me, but that we saw in speech recognition, machine translation, and even self-driving perception. What do you think about that? Do you think that's kind of the breakthrough here, or the threshold?
Well, I think we're getting there. I like to think of this as an update like a line cook in a busy kitchen. Old robots were like a microwave. They could only do one thing, and if you put the wrong dish in, they'd fail. GEN-1 is like a professional chef who can handle the chaos. If a plate slips or an ingredient is out of place, it doesn't freeze. It just adjusts the grip and keeps cooking. We've got a little video of it taking money in and out of a wallet on the screen for those who are watching. However, if you noticed, I have no bills that are that flat and straight ever in the wallet. So it's getting there, but I wouldn't consider this a real world task when you look at it putting the money in the makes that's a completely empty wallet with an easy access with completely flattened bills. But it does a good job. It makes sure it's in there. It sees what's not in there, grabs the edges, puts them in. However, if you've got a foldable wallet and the money isn't completely flat like that, what's going to happen? I think we're taking things to the next level. I think this is a huge leap forward. I am just not buying all the hype that says, oh, this is the next thing. I mean, I guess it's in the name. It's GEN-1. So at what version, at what point does this become really usable? I don't believe the 99% rate, just because looking at this, I'm saying the 99% rate in an environment that is friendly to them versus a normal environment.
So would you say that this is the GPT-1 of LLM for robots?
Yeah, I definitely think we're getting there. I don't know about GPT-1 because I have to say I didn't use GPT-1, so I don't know how crappy it was.
It was not that. Anyways.
Yeah, so the 99% is verified across 200 repetitions, a massive jump from the 64% in Gen-0. 12-second cycles, the box folding speed that the test I don't have here for you to show improved from 34 seconds to just 12 seconds when it was folding boxes. 500K data hours. It was trained on petabytes of human to object interaction. So this is, like you're saying, more like a world model than, say, a text model, where we're talking about interacting with 3D objects in space and time, not just giving it text. So I'm really interested in this. This is a very significant leap in physical AI. It's the biggest since the transition from hard-coded robotics, RPA, to machine learning-based vision. So it effectively renders 2025 era scripted robots obsolete. So we can now have robots that can respond and interact with their environment if it's not 100% where it should be. If the thing is not in the fridge, or it's not in the right spot in the cupboard or on the counter, you can react and figure it out. So I think we're definitely getting there. I've heard this before, like, we're going to have full self-driving car 5 years ago, weren't we? But, laws and registration restrictions, as well as capabilities, aren't quite there.
Well, we do have it. It's called, what's it called? The mode on Tesla. It's not FSD. It's a special mode on the Tesla.
Yeah, and it's a self-driving 5, but
not God mode, but like.
However, with the Waymo taxis and whatnot, I'm saying that when they encounter situations they don't understand, they break down.
Yeah.
This kind of technology is going to change that. Ideally, getting it to react in real time. Like we've heard the Waymo and the other ones where if they go in a situation where there's police or fire or whatever, they just stop and start blowing their horn or shut down, and they don't know, because they don't know what to do, and they're in the way of everything. So that's what I mean by we're not 100% there yet, because it doesn't know what to do with the edge case scenarios. But I mean, if you're still in the driver's seat with your hand on the wheel, then you're fine. However, it can handle 90% of it. But like, we do construction on the road. You drive to Toronto, where the lines switch because of construction, the car can't tell which is the right line and which isn't.
No.
So
I can't even tell which is the right line and which isn't. So, geez.
Yeah, that's what I mean by real world scenarios. That's not, I think it can, if the situation is clean and predictable and follows normal guidelines, great. However, as soon as it goes off the rails, that's when Gen-1 starts to kick in to give us more functionality, and it's so much more reliable than Gen-0. The question is, how rapidly are we cycling? When will we see Gen-2? When will we see Gen-3? Is this 3 months, 6 months? Years? As AI gets faster and faster, we get new models, 2 or 3 new models, flagship models from the main companies almost every year now, versus it was one a couple of years ago. So things are really accelerating. The data hands used for this training are actually low-cost wearable pincers, not high-end haptic gloves. This allows the generalist AI to crowdsource data from actual warehouse workers rather than engineers in a lab. So meaning, people can wear them and use them, and it gets real data, and that's how part of the training process. While Tesla's Optimus are still struggling to perform useful work this year, Generalist AI compressed a 5-year development cycle into just 5 months by applying the scaling laws typically used for LLMs. And this is what I mean by it took 5 years to 5 months. When's the next generation coming down? Is it going to take that 5 months to 1 month? Is it going to take, how quickly does this keep going? And the robot's ability to shake a plastic bag to settle an item inside was an emergent behavior. No engineer programmed the shake, and the AI figured it out. It was the most efficient way to use gravity, just like a human would. So I don't have a video of that, but the idea of it finding a plastic bag and needing to shake it to open it up a little better to put something in it that it figured out on its own is a remarkable breakthrough.
Yeah.
So the last 1% problem in the high stakes of manufacturing, a 1% failure rate is still a disaster. So we need to see if Gen-1 can maintain the precision in high heat or extreme industrial environments with dust and whatnot. Generalist AI didn't just build a better robot. They built a brain that makes every robot on the planet smarter. So now that we've solved this 99% success rate, what is the one chore you'd pay $1,000 to never do again? Let us know in the chat. I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of laundry and stuff. So I'm curious to see what you would offload to a robot. Tired of drowning in repetitive tasks while your competitors race ahead? Every minute you spend on manual data entry, scheduling, and routine processes is a minute you're not growing your business. Flowgrammer.ca transforms your workflow chaos into seamless automation. We build AI-powered systems that handle your busy work so you can focus on what actually makes you money. Our clients typically save 15 plus hours per week and see their productivity double within 60 days. Visit flowgrammer.ca for a free automation audit. That's flowgrammer.ca. Stop working in your business and start working on it.
What do you got going on, John?
Yeah, just plugging away, helping companies with government funding, attending events, probably startup drinks or a Flowgrammer event. How about you, Craig?
Lots of stuff going on. I honestly don't know when this is going out. I have to check. I think it's going to go out in April. But there's all sorts of stuff going on. If you don't know about OpenClaw, it's the latest AI automation agent that's taken the world by storm in 2026. And OpenClaw Toronto chapter just launched. And we have all sorts of events going on. So check out openclawto.com. Our first demo night is April 14th. We have a Builder Cafe on April 10th. We have a bunch of other events. There's updates every day. We've deconstructed the latest 2 betas over the weekend that was launched in OpenClaw and what you should do about them. There's a bunch of articles over there. Go check that out. We're also over at flowgrammer.ca where we do N8N automations. We run the Flowgrammer community and do Builders Hub and connectivity for AI and business automation agents. And for everything else, head over to TorontoStarts where we hook up startups and investors at our Startup Investor Drinks. We do mentoring, we do workshops, we have a list of investors. There's a whole bunch of content over. You can also book me over there if you want a meeting with me to talk about whatever, help your startup. Check out TorontoStarts.com. But John, if people are looking for non-dilutive funding, where should they go and what is that?
Yeah, non-dilutive funding. We're talking government grants, tax credits. Come find me on LinkedIn if you have any questions. Right now is shred time, SRNED. But come reach out to me too if you've got a startup, if you've got a company. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and if they have company questions about their startup in general, where do they find you, Craig?
Yeah, find me at TorontoStarts.com. But John, just before we go, something's open right now, and it's closing May 31st. Thank you. Can Export. And what? Yeah.
So
what
if
should
you have
people
at
know
least
about that?
300,000 in revenue in the previous year, and you're looking to expand outside of Canada, reach out to me, and we can put together. We can talk about an application for Can Export.
All the links we talked about will be in the show notes wherever you're watching this. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave us a comment, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Silicon Scoop. We hope you enjoyed this episode's dive into the latest tech news. Stay connected with John Irwin and the Startup Coach on LinkedIn and subscribe for more insights and updates. Until next time, stay ahead, stay informed.